Hello everybody and welcome to Real Madrid Hub. I am your host Eric Rivera and this is your spot on YouTube for all things Real Madrid news. Now if you've been following this channel, you know my good friend Dr. Jota or Jota is basically uploading multiple videos per day giving you all the news about Real Madrid, giving you all the transfer rumors, everything really that's going on in Real Madrid from some of the best sources in Spain and around the world. That's the voice you hear on every single one of those videos. And I'm continuing trying to do my part to help him out. But today I will be doing once again a video that I want to do every single Friday, which is the Real Madrid or my Friday Real Madrid recap, recapping some of the biggest news of the week. And of course, this week has been full of all sorts of news and speculation and everything revolving around. Obviously, we're in a good mood because of the fact that we beat Liverpool in the UEFA Champions League's first tie at the Alfredo Di Stefano on Tuesday. But of course, we have a lot of different news coming up about Mbappé. We have a lot of news coming out about Haaland. We have news coming out. Obviously, we have the upcoming Clásico, which is tomorrow. It is going to be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for those of you that live in the United States, 2 p.m. Central time for those that live in the United States, about probably 1 o'clock or 12 noon for those of you that are on the East Coast of the United States. But for those of you that are obviously in Europe and Spain, it's going to be at 9 p.m. And then my good friends that follow me on the Y Nada Más podcast as well here at Real Madrid Hub, those of you guys that are in India, it's going to be after midnight when you guys can catch the game. But it is obviously one of the biggest games of the year. And in this case, it is very important because we need to win that game to continue, realistically, I would say, to continue on in the fight for La Liga. If we win the game, we would go to the top of the league and, we would go to the top of the league for the day. We would be the leaders. We would have to obviously see how Atletico is doing. But with the recent slip of Atletico in some points, it really gives us a golden chance to take the lead and to continue fighting for the top spot. Whoever loses at the game on tomorrow, which is Saturday, is going to come out pretty damaged from that run-in. And, it's really a good chance for us to continue having the bragging rights over our rivals in Barcelona, and it's just an important game to continue on fighting in the league. When it comes to the Champions League, of course, we're going to have to once again play Liverpool next week on Wednesday, and we will see, if we can continue the good form against them at Anfield and move on into the semifinals. So that is the news there from the game's perspective. But of course, a lot of people are talking about the Liverpool game, the game, that Real Madrid played an amazing first half. They conceded a goal in the second half. It could be a very important goal for Liverpool, but it seemed that Real Madrid dominated Liverpool from all aspects. Toni Kroos, once again, being the German sniper, the absolute football computer that he is, having an excellent run of form. But of course, the name on everybody's lips when it was about when in the game against Liverpool was none other than Vinicius Jr., showing everyone that has either doubted him or has been wanting to see him unleash his potential to finally see what everybody is talking about, the possibility of him being this huge player. Vinicius put on a show, very good job, a beautiful pass from Kroos, controlled it greatly with the chest and slotted it away home like a very, very adept finisher and got us that first goal of the game, and then ended up getting a second goal with a great pass from Luka Modric, who has been also on fire. Casemiro has been on fire. All of them are playing really well. And then, of course, Marco Asensio continues his great run of form as well, which has been important for us because a lot of times we felt that we only had Benzema up at the front that was really, giving us some goals. But it seems that Marco Asensio and Vinicius are coming alive at the most important part of the season. And it is a good time for us Madridistas and an important time because it always seems that Madrid comes alive when we need them to. And this can be very good news for the rest of the league, especially for tomorrow's Clásico, and then of course against Liverpool again, and whoever may come in the rest of the Champions League as we progress. It's going to be very important. But Vinicius and Asensio are really showcasing really the potential that we all wanted to see from them and we weren't seeing at the beginning of the season. It's really starting to pick up, and it's very, very important, and they are looking great. And I've criticized them on my podcast, which is the Y Nada Más podcast. I've criticized them in the past. I think, we've been critical here and there, Jota and myself here on Real Madrid Hub, but they are really, of course, showcasing that they are stepping up. They are listening, obviously. They understand. They are fighting to improve themselves, I guess. I would say they are continuously working hard to show everyone that they do deserve to be here at Real Madrid and that there is a reason they are here, and they are showing it at the most important time of the season. With that said, guys, the other news that has been coming out has been revolving all around Mbappé. Now, I would say last week everything was about Haaland, and this week everything is about Mbappé. Mbappé, of course, once again showing his class against Bayern, scoring a brace, and once again on everybody's lips again. It's funny because Haaland didn't have a great international break. He hasn't been as prolific in front of goal in the last few games that he's had, but he's obviously still on everyone's radar. He's still on our radar. We would love to have Haaland just as much as we'd love to have Mbappé, but Haaland seems to be playing, or at least Dortmund is more inclined to play a little bit of hardball and want to sort of, I believe, the best way to say it is that they want to keep him at Dortmund, and they will do whatever they can to keep him for, another year at Dortmund. And they are really looking, it seems, to sort of price him out of contention for a lot of the big clubs. I mean, they've raised it, they've said it, they want 150 million. I've heard 160 million, which is a huge number. And of course, that it all remains to be seen how it's going to play out, but we do know Real Madrid still wants to make a move for him. We do know that that Haaland has expressed, a desire to be here at Real Madrid. But we'll see what's going to happen with that. But Mbappé has been huge, of course, because apparently, once again, he and his agent, him and his father have said that they do not want to continue. Supposedly have said they do not want to continue at PSG, and he has his sights set, absolutely set on Real Madrid. And I think the most important thing out of this is that, yes, there are always rumors and a lot of things have been said about, Mbappé wanting to come to Real Madrid. But the big bombazo, the big bomb when it comes to the news about Mbappé is the fact that it's coming from a lot of very reputable sources. The sources, as my good friend Jota said the other day, the sources are coming from Cadena Ser. It's coming from, Pedredol obviously gets a lot of flack, but a lot of times he is a very important person when it comes to, speaking about things with Real Madrid, as he has a good relationship with Florentino Perez. And so it's very important, even though he might say things, and some of them might be true, or some of them might seem, very kind of, how would I say? They seem just like rumors. A lot of the times those things are actually turn out to be true. So in this case, Pedredol has confirmed that he says that Mbappé is going to be a player for Real Madrid next season. And of course, Cadena Ser and Deportes 4 are, two very reputable sources that have already said that Mbappé is going to be coming to Real Madrid next summer. And, also the other reputable source that you guys should always believe is my good friend Jota, who is doing a lot of research and making sure that, of course, we are following all the leads. And it does look like Mbappé is a very solid lock, I wouldn't say, because we always like to say, we'll never believe it until we finally see them, appearing at El Bernabeu or, taking a picture with Florentino, holding up the jersey. But Real Madrid as we've heard from Pedredol and other people, really want to make this a Galáctico summer. They are going after Haaland. They are going after Mbappé. They are going after Alaba. They are going after all these players in order to really usher in a new era at Real Madrid. And that is probably the biggest news this weekend. Of course, the other news, there's other news like Hazard, being fit, but they're not pushing him yet. We've already seen that he's not in the squad yet for the next Liverpool game or in El Clásico. But the good thing is we are seeing that he is getting better, and that is also very important. So, but the news is obviously, I think it's positive all around, really, because we're seeing all these things where the injuries are coming to an end. And of course, we are seeing that these big name players are being tied with Real Madrid once again, which is very, very important for us. Yesterday on El Chiringuito, which is a show that I like to watch, sometimes it's entertainment. Definitely it's entertainment combined with news. Some of the news is just, them having fun, but some of the news is truth. And it was good to see a lot of the guys on El Chiringuito were picking who they believed were going to, or some of the big moves that we were going to see in La Liga. And a lot of them were agreeing that they do feel that Mbappé is going to be at Real Madrid, that Haaland could possibly go, but some people are saying that he's going to stay. Jota had spoken about Vinicius possibly going to PSG as some sort of swap with Mbappé. So far, we don't know that for 100% sure yet, but it does look like they do not want him to go yet. They do not want him to go. They do not want to involve him in the swap. I think that if there is a swap, it may be for Varane. There's also been rumors about Sergio Ramos going to a PSG. There's been rumors about Cristiano Ronaldo going to PSG to replace Mbappé going to Real Madrid. So there is a lot of movement, but one of the things that continues to essentially be news is that Mbappé is closer to Real Madrid than ever. And that is probably some of the best news, I think, for Real Madrid, aside from what we do tomorrow in El Clásico, and aside from the good result against Liverpool on Tuesday, and hopefully a good result on Wednesday. A lot of things are moving in a positive direction for us. One of the things that we still are waiting on, of course, is the renewal of Sergio Ramos. But, a lot of that stuff remains to be seen. If Alaba comes, is he going to leave? What's going to happen? But, it's shaping up to be a very interesting summer and a very, very explosive summer for all of us Madridistas, where we are going to be heading into the next season and into a new stadium and into hopefully the end to, or what is the dying down of this COVID pandemic, where we'll start to see sort of a normalization of things, and we may soon, hopefully next season, see Mbappé, maybe Haaland, Alaba, Vinicius, Asensio, or all of our players, Benzema, all of these players playing together, Hazard fit, playing together at Real Madrid in the new Bernabeu, in front of the people, in front of the crowd, screaming a la Madrid, singing a la Madrid. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and there's a lot of good news, guys. So I am very excited. Hopefully my good mood that you see me in right now continues tomorrow after El Clásico. Hopefully we win El Clásico, and I do believe we can win El Clásico. But that's the news for now, guys. Thank you for joining me for this Friday recap, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Please subscribe here to Real Madrid Hub, and also subscribe to my podcast, Y Nada Más Podcast, which is on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, it is there. But for all the news, daily news from my good friend Jota, check out Real Madrid Hub, subscribe here. Thank you very much for listening.